First things first, and don't crucify me, but I can understand why they didn't give the penalty. Yes, it looks like Saka does hang his legs a bit longer than he needs to. However, I feel like that's been given as a penalty almost every time in the past, especially for certain players. I genuinely feel like this is one of the only times we've seen a foul like that not been given. We've seen Kane and Salah get similar penalties before numerous times, especially Kane. Neuer's leg is still stretching towards Saka, and honestly, it really doesn't look like a natural motion, but Saka also easily could have been trying to hop past him, as players commonly do. I don't know, it's a tough call, but not really the most outrageous we've seen this season. If Saka stays on his feet, he easily slides that in, and it looks like he easily could have avoided Neuer. However, he wasn't even looking at Neuer, and it looks like he just blindly tries to skip past him. I don't know. The call is not really horrific, okay? It's just something that's always given, so it's odd to suddenly be strict now. Other than that, this was an unbelievable night in the Champions League. I can't believe how many people were trying to claim this was going to be a boring knockout stage just because the round of 16 matchups were weak. Allegedly, ISIS was threatening to bomb the quarterfinal games, and even they were like, hold up, put the grenades away. They kind of going crazy out there. I feel them, not gonna lie. As soon as Foden tied it up with that absolute banger, I would have put my rocket launcher down too. No, but seriously though, ISIS is kind of washed. It's 2024, bro. Get a real job. They over here attention seeking, trying to leech off the Champions League. Boy, go find something else to do. Y'all bored. Only bombs in the area tonight were in Spain because City and Madrid were going bonkers, but we'll get to them in a second. First off, Arsenal versus Bayern. I could not breathe properly until they took Sane off because he had his foot on our fucking necks. Whatever it was, I don't know if he was playing with injury or he was just tired or something, but hallelujah. Zinchenko, Mr. Bozo Jean himself, he actually wasn't even bad today. Unfortunately, he still leaves enough space between him and the right winger to build a skyscraper. I swear to God, he's trying to social distance from them, bro. He was not terrible at all today, don't get me wrong, but bro, that shit defensively be so aggravating. On the other side, they're not giving Saka an inch of space to operate as soon as he passes the halfway line. Meanwhile, Zinchenko was giving light-skinned Usain Bolt enough room to cartwheel before a defender even reaches him. Today was an example of why he still gets so much playing time, though, because he was huge for us offensively in the midfield, and he even made a couple good stops on his side. I just get extremely nervous every time he allows a winger to start bearing down on him. Ben White had a brilliant game. That tackle on Sane was stupidly clutch. I swear to God, my stomach dropped to the bottom of my ass when I saw him streaking down the middle. Oh my God. On the other hand, if he converts that chance against Neuer and makes it 2-0, though, it's a completely different game. That was the big moment early on. Momentum is huge in games like this. I don't know what's going on with Saliba. He playing like he about to pee himself. Are you good? This dude went to Anfield and won man of the match in Liverpool's yard, but he panicking at home against one of Bayern's most questionable teams in recent memory. To be fair, they're still not an easy team at all, and that's exactly what I said a couple weeks ago. This was never going to be the 3-1 or 3-0 win that people predicted. At least not as easily. I still thought it was possible, and it could have happened. Of course, that was the goal, but this year's Bayern is exactly the kind of team to lose to fucking Hoffenheim and then give Arsenal hell at the Emirates. Saka had a fantastic goal and a good overall performance. Yes, I feel like he was very capable of staying on his feet and scoring that last play. Doesn't take away from the fact that he was good and his corners were excellent. This is exactly what I was talking about last video though, because Saka gave Davies a wedgie like 3 different times this game, and all you see is people clowning him for limping after a game where he got fouled 5 times. It's ridiculous, bruh. He's one of the only players that constantly gets treated like this. Jesus and Trossard came on and brought us to life. I genuinely think Trossard is one of the best substitutes in the world. As for Jesus, his dribbling infatuation is starting to work out again because he cooked De Ligt and put him on his ass before assisting Trossard. On Bayern's end, I'm going to give Goretzka his props because I was just talking about how dookie juice their midfield was a few videos ago, and then he came out and Dikembe Mutombo'd our attack for half the game. And of course, it wouldn't be a Kane versus Arsenal game without a free penalty. Kane wasn't insane or anything, but he was their floor general, and he low-key dictated the game. There was this one random pass he kind of spun to the left wing. It was beautiful. Fuck Harry Kane, though, and he should have got a red for elbowing Gabriel intentionally. I'm extremely pissed at the goals we conceded, I won't lie. Raya, what the hell were you doing coming all the way out on that first one? Because that's really what started all the chaos. Gnabry's insane finish was cool, to be fair. It was a great goal, and they capitalized on our defensive collapse. But damn. That one play late in the game where Coman put it through Raya's legs and it hit the post, I promise if that went in, y'all would have seen me on the news. I would have hopped right the fuck out my window. Now, a few countries away, City and Madrid were doing evil, evil deeds at the Bernabeu. Unfortunately, I couldn't put my full attention on this game because some idiot decided to have the two best matchups on the same night. I don't care if it was because of the draw or whatever. When it comes to games like this, you gotta make the boss call and switch it up. It was on my laptop though, and the Arsenal game was on the TV. I swear to God, whenever somebody scored, I would look at the screen and it would be a fucking rocket. Bro, Guardiola's goal was nuts, bro. For real. I'm so mad I couldn't put my full attention on this game. I'm about to go to my go-to website and watch the entire thing when I'm done with this. From what I saw, though, this is the exact clash you would expect from two absurdly high-level teams. They had a combined expected goal total of under 2, and they scored 6 goals. That's exactly what happens when you have two genius coaches that are trying to counter one another, but you also have a bunch of game-breaking superstars all over the pitch. There's some things you just can't plan for, and an absolutely stupid volley off the foot of Valverde is one of those things. So who has the advantage here? Well, Arsenal have shown us a few times that as of right now, their Premier League performances aren't exact indicators of how they'll show up in the Champions League. However, it's still worth it to note that they're an excellent away team, and in their last 5 away games in the Prem, they've scored 20 goals and conceded none. Of course, none of those games were Bayern, but the point is that they're not worse away from home. With what they did to City defensively away about a week ago, this isn't an awful position, even though it's not ideal. Bayern has the slight upper hand because the second leg is in Germany, but we've watched Arteta tactically outsmart some of the best managers in the world the last few months. Anything is possible. As for City and Madrid, I'll have to rewatch the game to get the full picture, but City absolutely has the upper hand. Just a year ago, they obliterated Madrid at the Etihad, and if not for Courtois, the scoreline would have been much, much uglier. Now they come to England with the squad more depleted than last year's, with Jude being the only main positive difference. I find it hard to see a reality where City don't win. This is shaping up to be an incredible finish to the Champions League this year, and if Arsenal wants to make it to the semis, they're going to have to flip the script on Bayern and play some nasty, nasty smash and grab football in Germany. Let me know if you guys thought it was a penalty or not. It's been highly debated, and even I'm personally not too sure. Thanks for watching, y'all.